7. And I'm very grateful to be joined by Kelly Hart this morning. Very good morning to you, Kelly. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Good to be here. Thank you for having me.
We are very, very privileged to have you here as part of Dementia Action Week, where we've got a whole series of talks coming from Pembrokeshire for people that are impacted by dementia and their loved ones. And you're here today to talk about something specific that's very recently opened up here in the county of Pembrokeshire. Do you want to tell us more about Sporting Memories Foundation as a whole before we get to that, though?
Yeah, Sporting Memories Foundation, we started about 10 years ago, and we're UK wide, and we provide weekly clubs for older people to come along and basically chat about sport. So we know that people love sport. They love talking about sports, whether it's the match at the weekend or something that they did when they were younger, if they played or they watched. And we bring people together to come in and have a chat, and it has lots of different benefits. So that's our core activity, but we do online clubs in the community clubs, and we provide lots of resources as well. So lots of people's memories and kind of photos for people to have a look at as well.
That's fantastic. And we had our Pure West Sports Show on last night. Every Monday evening, we have a dedicated Pembrokeshire Sports Show. And there really is nothing like getting around a table and just chatting about sport. And, oh, do you remember when this happened and when that happened? And it's amazing on that, how our memories retain those statistical information about years ago.
Yes, some of our members and some of our volunteers, they're like sporting encyclopedias. They know everything, and we do quizzes, and I think the questions are really hard, but they're quite easy for some of our members. It's really really is good. They're not just talking about sports. Sometimes when we do a kind of themed clubs, because of the sport happening that week, we might have food. So just eating strawberries and cream, for example, brings back lots of memories about watching Wimbledon. So there's lots of different tools and kind of things that we use to help bring out those memories for people.
Yeah. Isn't it amazing how our brain is able to link different stimulus to another event? It's quite remarkable, isn't it?
It is really good.
And we're talking here about people that are thinking back to their memories, and we're doing this because of Dementia Action Week. Who exactly is the Sporting Foundation for?
So our focus, although it's not kind of exclusive, is that for people living with dementia and their carers, also people that may be isolated and lonely, who perhaps don't go to many activities, that maybe not as physically active as they want to be for their age. So anybody over 50 can come along, as long as you've got a really good passion about sport or an interest in sport, or you could just come along and help the conversation, can come along to the club. How we run the club, the activities are kind of adaptable and inclusive, so anybody of different abilities can come along and join in as much as they want to and get out as much as what they want from joining the club.
Brilliant. So it's anyone over 50, which of course usually targets those with dementia. It is an older age disease. But anyone is able to attend. If they've got like a carer or someone with them, are they welcome as well?
Yes, all carers are very much welcome as well. So if you need support to come along, then they can come along and join in and help out. No problem at all. We welcome everybody.
And you said that you've been going for 10 years. Roughly how many Sporting Memories groups do you have at the moment?
Oh, good question. We think it's just over about 120 at the moment. Some are just coming back from the pandemic, that they've had a bit of a break, so they're just starting to come back. And we've got around another 50 about to open over the next year. So we're slowly growing, but they're all in local communities. So you'll find our clubs in community centres, local rugby clubs, cricket clubs, libraries, so real accessible community venues for people.
That's fantastic. So you're well practiced in running these clubs, and you've got 50 opening, and you've got one that's very recently opened just on the outskirts of Haverfordwest.
Yes, at Scolton Manor. So we've opened one there a few weeks back, and it's open every Tuesday from 11 o'clock till 12:30. So today, anybody wanting to go along can go along today. And yes, just outside Haverfordwest at Scolton Manor. It is a new club, so we are looking for volunteers to come and help us facilitate that. So if anybody's interested, get in touch. But also, if you're interested to come along, no need to book. It's free, so there's no cost to it. Just pop along and say hello to Cherry and all the volunteers that are there at the moment.
That's brilliant. And how impactful are these groups from the members that you've had going previously? What outcomes are you getting from people?
So our clubs they're very impactful for people coming along, especially with people living with dementia. Our aim is to improve mental well-being, to improve their physical kind of health and well-being, but importantly to connect people, to get them to talk to each other, to make new friends, to also link into then to other kind of activities in the local community as well. Sometimes coming along to a Sporting Memories Club is a springboard. All of a sudden they're now doing walking football or walking rugby, or they're going to matches again, which is a great impact. We have carers that come along with their loved ones who are living with dementia, and they sit there surprised. They tell us, I've got my husband back, because he's chatting about sports as if he was 20, 30, 40 years ago. It has such an impact. And generally we find when people come along, they don't leave. So they don't just come along for a few weeks and that's it. No, not having that anymore. They stay because they enjoy it so much, and they get so much from it. So yes, it's very, very impactful. And in terms of the activities, perhaps I mentioned, it is just coming along, sitting around table, having a chat. We've got quizzes, we've got spot the ball, we have reminiscence resources out. People can bring their own memorabilia and tell everybody about it. So dig things out from the loft and come along and chat. There's free refreshments and then some very light physical activity. So you could do it sitting in your chair if you wanted to, like boccia and throwing bean bags and things like that. But all of that, yeah, it improves people's mental well-being, physical well-being, and just connects people, and people get to meet new friends.
That's fantastic. You're looking for volunteers right now in the Pembrokeshire area to help facilitate that one as well. And you've got me thinking there about how memories come back, and I've got my husband back was one of the quotes that you've just said there. And of course, there's videos online all the time of people listening to music and they light up. But talking about sport has exactly the same impact. It's just harder to capture.
Yes.
It is fantastic. And Helen Marie has put a comment in as well. I used to watch the snooker with my gran, and we used to eat rhubarb and custard sweets. Whenever I see her eat them, it always reminds me of those times watching snooker with her. And she'll probably have that lasting memory long into her life as well.
Yes, no, exactly. And that's exactly what we're all about. Just bringing out those memories, getting them from the backs of people's minds, and kind of just enjoying them again and sharing them with other people who go, oh gosh, yeah, I was there, I did that, this is what I used to do. And all of a sudden a conversation started, and everybody's smiling and really happy.
Oh, that is brilliant. And what is your favourite sporting memory?
Oh gosh, I always get asked this, but painfully, I'm a Nottingham Forest supporter, so it's very limited in my lifetime. So I've got lots of sporting memories around that, but very obscure ones. But I did volunteer at the Commonwealth Games in Glasgow, and that just brought so many sporting memories for me. Just the whole atmosphere, and just long days. But it was brilliant. You're walking around the arena, and all of a sudden, Kelly Holmes walks past, various sports stars, and it's like, oh, that's that. And just seeing lots of people actually making their memories on that week as well was brilliant. So I think, that's one of mine. But I've got so many.
Many more.
We're all day.
Yeah. Kelly, thank you so much. If people want to find out more, where can they head to?
So you can head to the Sporting Memories website. So just tap in Sporting Memories and it comes up. We list all of our clubs on there. So we have got, as we said, the one just outside Haverfordwest. It's got the contact details on there to get in touch. It also lists all the other clubs as well. So if you're outside the area, or you've got a relative who lives in a different area, you can check out if there's a club near them as well. And we've also got some online clubs, but they're all listed on our website.
Amazing. Kelly, thank you so much for your time here this morning. And to anyone out there listening that wants to get involved, head over to the Sporting Memories website and pop in to Scolton Manor. It's today. What was the time today?
11 o'clock till 12:30.
There we go. Well, hopefully we'll have some new members after this morning. Kelly, thank you so much for your time. And Dementia Action Week continues all week here on Pure West Radio. Tomorrow, 10:30 with Toby Ellis. The next guest will be on. Kelly, enjoy the rest of your day. And
thank you,
I hope you get into the swimming pool, because we had to substitute that for talking with me this morning. Take care. Coming up next, we got some traffic and travel, and then we'll be catching up with the stars of Judy, taking place in Milford Haven later this week.
Car trouble again? At OC Davis.